everyone, it's your girl ChristieOtaku back with another video. Today we're going to talk about the whole fear and scare that's going on right now with anime figure collecting, with the whole tariffs and how much people are going to be paying and just how it's going to work starting April 9th, because that's when all this is going to take effect. There's a lot to talk about in this video. I'm going to do my very best to not get too sidetracked. I've been taking some notes to kind of keep myself on track. I want to make sure all the information I am relaying to you guys at home is reliable and straightforward. Any articles, any posts, anywhere, I'll make sure to put it in the description below, so please check that out. I also want to throw this out there that this video is, I'm going to do my very best to not make it political. This is just information I want to throw out there to help ease people's anxiety or their stress about collecting, resin collecting, because this is definitely going to hit you resin collectors at home like me. So this is just a lot of stuff, that information that I was kind of doing research with my partner Kiki and just talking to friends, reaching out to businesses. So I have a lot of information I kind of want to share with you, and I will do my best to keep it as straightforward as possible. And I really hope this video helps. If it does, please share with other people to help ease their anxieties if it helps. You know, relay any type of information you know in the comment section below. And let's get started with the video. Alright, so I'm going to start from the bottom up, basically. Like, first of all, what is a tariff? Right? So you'll see some information on the screen anywhere. And again, everything will be linked in the description to kind of, if you guys want to read these articles yourselves at home. A tariff basically is a duty imposed by a government of a country or customs territory or by a supranational union of import goods. To quickly summarize that, it's just a way to get taxed for goods to be shipped overseas. So basically, the country we're going to clearly be talking about is Japan, but I'm going to be talking or just telling you other percentages of other countries just so you guys know, because you know, whoever watches this video could be from other countries you just want to know. But basically, the main focus of this video is going to be Japan. Japan has a whopping 27%. And like today is April 6th, so anything could be changing by the time you guys see this video. Hopefully nothing too dramatic or drastic I mean, will be changing with that. But anyway, let me just go over the whole percentage for each and other countries. So on April 2nd is when our president decided to kind of get all this stuff rolling, but you won't see anything happen till the 9th. So the highest tariff, of course, is China, which is 34%. After that, we have the European Union for 20%, Vietnam for 46%, 32% for Taiwan, 24% for Japan, 27% for India, 26% for South Korea. And then of course, there's many other countries have different percentages, but the article I'm reading, that's the ones they listed for the, you know, the most concerning ones. Big country that we get a lot of our stuff from. But anyway, that's basically the policy going over the tariffs for each country. So the part that's scaring everybody is basically, well, how do we estimate this? Like, how do we know how much I have to pay? So let's say if I pre-order a figure, you know, when do I see this 27%, or sorry, 24%? Where do I see this, you know? And this is a part that got really hard for me to figure out, because this hasn't happened yet for anybody yet. And so, well, it has happened for a lot of people, for Europe. A lot of you guys from Europe have been going through this, in Canada too. So I didn't know at first, but I do have friends in Canada, but I didn't know they were going through this yet. So I had talked to them on Instagram and I was kind of getting more information about it. And so they kind of relayed some information to me that I can share with you guys to kind of give you a little bit of how it works. Again, I'm based in California, and this is the experience that me and my fiance have, because my fiance and all of us are a friend group, and basically every Christmas, birthday, we send, you know, we do gift exchanges. So that exchange, our friend in Canada has to pay to receive that package, basically. This is just a quick summary of it, but I'll go over again. You'll see on screen here somewhere of basically just how I message my friend, and you know, we'll see stuff like that. How does the tariffs work? Like, how do we know how much to pay? So our friend, they say, you know, we pay the duties and tax imported depends on CBSA, and mostly I pay for anything above 60 USD dollars and 10,000 yen, basically, ranging from 30 to 80. We're kind of the same as Europe, basically. This is my friend from Canada, and we ship from Canada, or from California to Canada. So I go on saying, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah, you know. And she said, I believe Australia has it too, but they get taxed already when they buy from Japan. So basically, if you live in if you live in Australia and you buy from Japan, you're already being taxed for that. And then I kind of say, well, what do we do for like pre-orders, things like that? So they say, when you order, for example, a figure from Japan and it comes a total of 17K, you get your package in the country. They just ask you to pay the tax before it gets delivered. So basically, if I pre-order a figure and if I want that figure delivered to me, I have to pay that tax to receive my item. That's basically it. That's how it works for my friend. So that's a small example, again, how Tariff works. Now, again, that's pre-ordering. There's a lot of different ways people get their pre-orders. It could be through shopping services. You know, it could be, of course, directly from AmiAmi themselves. And so I did more research on shopping services, and 𝓶𝓼𝓲𝓬 actually on their Reddit page had made a comment about how US customs are not going to work with placing orders. And again, you'll see this on screen somewhere. I'm just going to read it out loud with you guys. So this was posted 2 days ago. And again, this could probably have changed, but as of right now, this is what they said. They said, beginning April 9, 2025, all packages from Japan to the US will be subject to a 24% tariff, regardless of the value. Then you see it at the bottom. This applies to all items shipped to our facility to US addresses. This other service mentions they are likely going to extend their free storage time period for US customers, to potentially see if the tariffs are temporarily while negotiating with FedEx, DHL, and UPS for cheaper shipping rates to the US. So basically, 𝓶𝓼𝓲𝓬 is trying to say is, well, we know what this is going to happen. If you have a pre-order or whatever you're trying to get from us, we're trying to find a way to get these packages held so we can get more storage space, and then we can find a way to work out shipping rates. Again, this could change. This is all what 𝓶𝓼𝓲𝓬 has said so far. Along with this added note, it's possible there may be a delay in the next few days or rolled back in the coming months. However, we must prepare for all scenarios. It is also worth noting that US Customs might not have the manpower or capacity to process all packages coming in, which can mean some packages might pass through without being charged the tariff to avoid gridlock. However, we recommend planning for the full 24% tariff rather than counting on getting lucky. And then they go on to kind of go over the yen and the US dollar the yen basically going down. And then they made another edit towards the end. After reviewing the latest official information, including a recent notice from FedEx about the executive order, I need to correct my previous statement. This is what they had edited. The $800 de minimis exception for imports from Japan currently remains in effect, contrary to what I communicated earlier. So basically now we're getting a little bit of good news. And if you don't know what the de minimis effect or executive order is what we're going to go over next. So basically what this is, and I feel like this is somewhat good news, because it means you could still buy your figures and not be taxed that tariff fee, and I'll go over what that means in a minute. What this de minimis, whatever, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, executive order basically is, it's kind of a way to cut off any tariff taxes. Just so that's a quick summary of it. And let's say, again, this is $800 and under. So let's say if I buy a haul of figures and all those figures are under $800, I will not have to pay that tariff tax fee. Now let's say, for example, that I spend over $800 on figures or anything, merch, clothing, anything that's imported from Japan or any other country besides China and Hong Kong. I'll go over that in a minute. But if it's anything under $800, you are safe to not get that taxed pay that you have to get. Like I explained earlier, like my friend, you have to go and get, you know, pay to get that package. So let's do a quick example of, let's say, you know, something down the line changes and every country has to now no longer has this diminished $800, you know, kind of free thing, right? So I'll put an example here. So let's say with the de minimis thing active, as of now it is, you will pay for the item, it goes overseas to the airport will, of course, will go through the whole process, delivering it to your home, and that's it. You just get the item like normal, you know, that's how we're used to doing it. But let's say this de minimis executive order is no longer valid without it. So let's say you pay for your package, it's a $50 package. You have to pay for, let's see, Ami, for example. Ami gets that figure. You have to pay that tax for Ami to get it overseas, and then you have to pick it up at that post office, like I said with my friend. You have to pay for that package to be picked up from your home, or to go pick it up from the post office. In general, and then this is a quick summary of just the $50 that you're seeing on screen here. The total of what you'll have to pay to get that package is $97.23. And of course, this varies between country to country because Japan is only 24%, while other countries are higher or lower. It all depends. So that's if this again, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm so sorry. This de minimis executive order does not stay. Again, like I said a minute ago, only China and Hong Kong do not have the de minimis executive order. Japan has it. All the other countries that I have seen so far are under this $800 kind of rule. So basically, if you order figures under $800, you should be fine to not be taxed the tariff fee. If, you know, our president or anything else changes as of now. The only thing that I know that is good for China right now, and again, you'll see it on screen, on May 2nd, Trump will remove the de minimis order for low value imports from China. So as of right now, and again, I hope I'm not confusing anybody. As of right now, you could order from China over $800 and you will not get taxed. I'll say that again. So if you order from China right now, before now and May 2nd, you will not be charged the whole tariff tax fees. But after May 2nd, you will be charged. Again, this is for buying through China. You will be charged that tariff fee. So, and that, of course, that is subject to change. And we're really hoping as an anime video community that will not change. Because if Japan gets hit with this, you know, if they take off that de minimis executive order, that's going to be really, really hard for a lot of people, especially myself too. And so, like I said, only Hong Kong and China, as of right now, they have the time limit between now and May 2nd. So, that's pretty much it when it comes to the whole plan, right? I hope the information I relayed is helpful, and I hoped that it gave you guys a little bit of hope in this. Just a quick summary to kind of make it all quick, you know. Basically, we are fine right now as for anime figure community. As long as you order anything under $800, you will not be charged with this tariff tax fees to pay to pick up your package. But if you are, again, a resin collector, as like me, I just recently paid for some resins, and if I do not get that package by May 2nd, I will personally have to pay to go pick up that package at the post office, or if they deliver it, wherever I have to get that, wherever that tax comes from, I have to pay it. And of course, resin collecting is really gonna hit really hard. It's gonna make resin collecting extremely hard. I feel like for figures, I don't know, I mean, some people really do pay $800 or more for figures. It really depends on how hard you are a collector, but I feel like the average person who's just not collecting, who doesn't, you know, who's just not growing their collection, I feel like you guys are totally fine just be careful with your ordering, your pre-orders. Make sure you limit to what you really, really want. What I've been doing recently, I've been selling a lot of my figures, and I've been trying to really cut down on what really makes my collection happy, because at one point I hope this, you know, tariff tax does not really happen for the whole like I said, under $800, because that can change whenever, but like I said, as of now it has not. But I don't think it's the end of collecting. I really hope it's not. To me, I feel like there's still plenty of opportunity. You just have to be very frugal with your money, and just really prioritize what figure will make you happy. Get that holy grail and just stick with it. Even if it's like one figure every 3-4 months, whatever it is, as long as that figure is perfect on your shelf, or it makes you happy walking into your room every other day or every day, you know, get it. I just be very careful with your pre-order. Unless you can financially, you know, handle it, then please, all means, you guys do whatever you want. But for someone like me who's getting into resins and figures, I definitely have to cut back. And I've been cutting back on figure collecting a lot more, because I really do prefer, I'm not saying I prefer resins, but I really like resins slightly bit more than figures. But because of this whole tariff thing, I most likely will have to maybe not stop resin collecting, but I'll definitely have to cut back. I have pretty good orders right now, but I probably will have to cancel a few for the future, just, you know, because I don't know how this tariff tax will work for China yet, because that's a whole 34%. That's way more than Japan. So just, it's 34% of the total amount of what your item is. So if I'm paying $500 or more for a resin, I have to pay 34% just to receive it, which is honestly insane. But again, I hope this video makes sense. I don't normally make videos like this, going over politics and going over like numbers like this, so I apologize if I made anyone confused or anything. You can always message me on MFC or message me in the comment section or anywhere, because I really wanted to get this video out there as soon as I heard what was going on. And I saw a lot of people were coming up to me at MFC, were just asking me like, what's going on, do you know anything? And so I really did my best to get accurate information, and I really hope it helped anybody who watched this video. I'm gonna do my best to edit this as soon as I can and get this out as soon as I can, so the dates kind of line up with the, you know, the upload of the video. But again, I hope I didn't do anything like to upset anybody or do anything, because again, this is a channel about having fun, collecting what you love, and just, you know, positivity. That's what I want this channel to be. So again, this is something really different, whole different direction what we're used to. I hope it didn't throw anybody off, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope this helps anybody who watched, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.